Hey, welcome in. I'm Cooley. This is Remy. We're going to make how to make baby back ribs in about 3 hours. Slightly more. Don't get caught up on the minutia details. This is easy. You don't have to worry about the 3, 2, 1. You don't have to worry about craziness. We're not going to overcomplicate it. My cooking is simple. You can even do these in the rib. What's going to make the difference, even if you did them in the rib, in the oven, you can do them in the oven. What makes the difference is the seasoning, right? Of course, if you put them outside in the barbecue or the smoker, they're going to have more flavor. But I guarantee you this, the way we're going to do it, most people put them in the crock pot. If that's you, I'm not hating. At least you're making good quality food. You're not picking up crap from the fast food places. I like it, just not every day, because it all starts to taste the same, right? Anyways, we're going to make these ribs. And we'll talk about some things that people say so you don't have to overthink it. We're going to season them and go. And today, I used it last week. They're really good. Twisted all over all-purpose rub. You can use any all-purpose rub. What's in the all-purpose? Garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper. That's it. And then I like the barbecue rub, Killer Hogs. It was good. Use whatever you have, whatever you want. I will tell you this, though, and you'll see it when I do it. First tip. When you're cooking, because this, depending on the rub of the all-purpose, the coarseness can be thicker and some can be smaller. So you want to be careful when you season that you don't over salt it. So always test your rub first as a trial before you cook for people. On all the stuff you do a test run. So when you cook for people, the secret is to cook in the middle, meaning you don't want things too salty, too sweet, too hot. And when you do the rub, you want to have a light layer of the all-purpose. I'm just saying for like when you do this for people, a light layer of the all-purpose rub and a light layer of the whatever barbecue rub you're using, because you should be able to taste the meat and the rub accents the flavor, right? It brings it out. Like sometimes you don't want to just bite in and taste all seasoning. You're like, where's the rib? Or all candy from like a sauce, right? You actually, it's supposed to accentuate the rib. So you bite in, it has a nice little, like you pick it up, a nice little taste of the rub, and it balances together. However, you're cooking at home for your family. We like more rub on our ribs. So I'll go heavier. So I'm going to go, I'll do like kind of like what you'd serve for company, but then I'm going to go heavy just because we like a heavier rub. So do what you want, but I just want you to know if you cook for people, always cook in the middle, right? That balance is what you go for. All right, let's talk. Do you take the membrane off? Okay, this is the big argument in the barbecue community. Do whatever you want. It's your ribs. I will tell you, I'm going to take it off for my wife because she likes a more tender rib. If you're cooking for people, I would probably take it off. However, it's your ribs. I'm a bit of a caveman. You know, like a Sabrett hot dog, the casing. I like a little chew. Sometimes I want to chew the casing, the membrane off because I'm weird and I'm a caveman. Some guys will score it. They'll take a knife and they'll score the ribs to break up that membrane because they think, you know, it'll help penetrate the smoke more, get some more seasoning. That may be true, but I guarantee you, if you leave the membrane on, you're going to get a lot of smoke. So don't get caught up in the trap just because 100 people do it one way. If you like a little crunchy munchy and you're a bit of a caveman, leave the thing on. Otherwise, take it off. I'm going to show you. They always say it's easy. This is the most nervousing part about barbecue. I'm going to pull the membrane. Let's see if we can find it on the first try. Okay, let's see. Am I going to get lucky? Usually, you know, it's so funny, like off camera, you nail it. On camera, you show, wait, boys and girls. We're going to get lucky. You see that? Oh, who's your father? Look at this. First try, okay? That's it. You take a paper towel, you're done. But you know what? Just to piss people off, I leave it on. I eat it myself. I'll film one. Let's make everybody crazy. Now, the next question, Cooley. Do you need mustard or any kind of binder? You technically don't. You can use hot sauce, Worcestershire sauce, otherwise known as wash your sister sauce, or you can just put the rub on and it will stick, okay? However, I might mess with you. We don't discriminate on my channel. So let's do this. Let's do the backside of water first. And I'm going to show you. So if you're cooking for people, that's it about right there. Okay, on the backside of water. And then the rub. Just get in there. Be aggressive. About that much. Okay? You don't want it to be over seasoned for them. I'm just saying. But you know what? Because we don't discriminate, I'm going to show you something. And you just got to go. Don't overthink it. Just get in there, shake the rub on it, and move. Look, for those of you that want to do, we'll do a little mustard. Right? Have you seen this trick? Take your paper towel. Use this as a brush. You've seen that before? Right? Like, just do this. Don't be timid, okay? You're like, yeah, Cooley, but you've cooked a lot. I always say, you know how much I've thrown out over the years? This stuff is pretty coarse, so you don't need a ton. I'm going to go heavier, a little heavier, just because we like it. You saw what I did, though. I'll do it on the reverse side. Right there. Boom. We didn't overthink it. We just seasoned it. I have the grill smoker at 250, warming up 225, 275, 283. Don't get caught up on the minutia details, people. This is backyard barbecue, right? And I guarantee you it'll taste better than 90% of the people that cook if they don't barbecue this way. I will wrap today. It makes it tender. We're going to do the onion, the honey, the brown sugar, butter, all right? You can put more. I'm just trying to show you as an example. Now, I will season it how I would season it for a guest. All right, I know that this all-purpose seasoning it's coarse, and I know it's salty. So look, boom. You see that? Done. A little more just because it's going to bug me. That's it. Come back through with the rub, whatever is your choice. Go a little farther distribution. You go close, it's harder to get the distribution, right? Like that could be it right there. Depending whether or not you're going to sauce it, right? That's kind of in the middle. You're not over seasoned. That would be good. But I told you we like a little more seasoning. I'll go a little heavier. Okay, done. 1, 2, 3, simple. Now, the step number 2, we're going to put these on the smoker for 2 hours. Smoke for 2 hours. We're going to wrap them in the foil with the Misty Smisty sauce, right? And then you're going to be done, and I'll talk about the last 15 minutes. That is it. So if you're cooking them in your oven, season it. Put your oven at 250. Cook it for 2 hours open like this, and then we'll wrap it. So let's go throw this on the smoker. Okay, we are 40 minutes in. Now, normally, because I cook so much, I wouldn't check on them probably till an hour. But if you guys are new, I just want you to take a look and see what it looks like 40 minutes in. I'm not going to spray them. They're doing good. They don't need to be sprayed. You could spray them, but I'm not going to spray them because I know I'm going to wrap them. And unless they start getting a little too dry, which not with 2 hours, they shouldn't, we're not going to spray. But we're 40 minutes in. We'll let this go 2 hours, and then we're going to wrap them. Okay, all I did, a couple pats of butter. The reason that's brown sugar, it looks weird. It was at the end, and you guys know I'm frugal, so I just wetted it with water because, you know, it gets real hard. And then there's honey on there. That's it. The butter just adds a richness, moisture. You don't technically need it, but I'm doing it. Brown sugar and the honey. Let me go show you the ribs, and then we're going to lay the ribs on here, and we're going to wrap it tight, and it's going to go 1 hour on the smoker. Or you can do it in the oven for an hour. Okay, this is what it looks like 2 hours in. I'm going to take them off the smoker and put them on the foil. It's a nice color. All right, so I just laid them on top of the butter, honey, and brown sugar. We're going to put a little liquid in there, and we'll wrap them up. So I used up my apple sauce or apple juice. And this is going to render so much fat that you don't need a lot. I'm just going to use water. I'm going to put a little bit of water on top. That's it. That's all you need. I'm going to foil this up tight, and we'll stick it back on the smoker. So I accidentally turned off the Traeger, right? So I'm just going to finish them on the gas. I have beef ribs for me, so I'll finish this off on the gas. We're going to go 1 hour wrap. So if you're in the oven, you can go 250, 275. Even 300, 1 hour wrapped. Okay, guys, so I finished these in the oven at 275 for an hour wrap because I accidentally shut off the Traeger. But you can see, right, we're doing a little bit of a hybrid. So you can cook them at home in the oven, finish them on, or some people just want to save the fuel and they'll smoke them for 2 hours and then put them in the oven. I actually would have finished them on on the Traeger, but I turned it off and didn't want to restart it. So it's been an hour. Let's open it up with my knife. I have no idea what these look like. And then I have this fat separator. I'm going to save the juice and take out the fat. It's almost like its own barbecue sauce. My wife likes them kind of dry or just however I cook them. So, but she does like the sauce, you know, the butter and the brown sugar, honey. And you saw me use a little water because I didn't have apple juice, but it renders so much fat and juice that you don't even need it. Like, honestly, I don't even know that you even need any of the liquid just because, well, you have the butter in there too. So let's look at these. Careful when you open them. Super hot. Woo, buddy. Look at these. Okay. So what I'm going to do is now if you could take these out, they're going to be a little wet. So we're 3 hours. Remember I told you guys 3 hours for the ribs? I'm going to separate the juice in the fat separator. Figure out how to do that. And then I'll let the ribs tack up a little. So like total time, 3 hour and 10 minutes, 3 hour and 15 minutes. I still have the oven on at 275. But let's look at these. Ooh, they're going to fall apart. Little pull though. There'll still be a little pull. You see that? Beautiful color. Actually, really nice color. They're going to be a pull. Like if you want them like super fall off the bone, you could go an hour and a half, maybe 2. But I think an hour, hour and 15 minutes is that sweet spot. And so now the juice, I think I'm going to just spoon some. I don't think there's really an easy way or I'll spill it all over everything. So let's spoon the juice. But I really like the color. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I will. Let me get some of the worst of this. And then I'll just pour it in. But the color, you guys. So let me click off for a sec. And I'll separate this. And then I'll come back, hit them with it. I'll let you see what it looks like. And then, like I said, 10 minutes in the oven probably. And they'll be done. Now, I want you guys to see. I don't know if you can see on camera, but you see that little fat layer on top? I'm just going to drain this into a little cup. I'll brush it on, and then I'm going to show you a little trick that the guys do in barbecue competition. Now, you don't have to do this, but I just want to show you. It's fun. If you don't have, in the house, here's a little brush. Okay, so look, I'm going to take this. I'm going to separate the fat. This is just the goodness. And this acts like a barbecue sauce, all right? So now I just take this. I use this little spoon. And I'm going to ping it, right? She just likes this. I might even give her some on the side because I took the fat out. So you could technically dip, right? There's a nice little sheen color. They'll do this in the barbecue competitions. Notice it's not dry at all. Remember I said you don't need to spray your rib? All right, so giving her a little extra, right? We're going to put this back in the oven for 10 minutes. But here's a little trick. That actually looks really nice. I really like the color, you guys. You can just take your rub and do a little sprinkle, what they call a dusting, for that little extra pop, or what the guys do in competition. This is like a little pepper grinder thing. This is a true dusting. I'll show you. So I put a little of that rub in there, right? The barbecue rub. But I just want to show you. Watch. This is what the barbecue guys kind of do. I got a little too much. I haven't done it. right? And that's even you get the idea. That was even a tad too much. They make like a finger one, or maybe you'll use your finger, or like grind this and then just sprinkle your finger, because even that was a little too much. But that's it. Let me throw these in the oven for 10 minutes, and I'll show you the final product. So I just want to show you guys, that's what the fat out. You could use that as a dipping sauce. You know, mic it for 15, 20, 30 seconds, and you could dip that. It's delicious. Okay, so they're done. You guys learn I'm such a perfectionist. It bugged me that a little of that seasoning was too much, but let me show you. I did it 3 minutes. I knew because it's not a sauce, there's a little moisture there, but look at that color. You don't want to burn it. If it was a sauce, a barbecue, maybe it would do the 5 or 10 minutes, but that was about 3 minutes. I really like the color. And then when you cut these, you can flip them over. I'll show you on the cutting board. They're so pretty. I kind of don't want to mess them up. Like you could, let me show you. You could flip them over and cut down. You can see where the bones are, but let me see if I can cut it without messing them up. They look so pretty. And I have my, just so you guys know, you're going to think I'm crazy. I've been working on my beef ribs. So I don't know that I'm going to eat these. I'll show you. I'm a beef rib guy, although those look good. It is bugging me a little bit that seasoning came out of the duster, but see, still mess up. But hopefully it wasn't too much, but it bugs me. All right, let's see. I might have to cut. You know, you would think that with my barbecuing that I would have one of those brisket knives. I don't. I need to get one because I'm frugal. I'm like, oh, regular knife works. And then I'll say to myself, dude, why didn't you get one all those years? All right, so you'll see here. Let's go down. There it is. All right, let's put the camera. Let me put it on me. Let's try this for you guys. Mama? Okay, guys, let's try. So this is what it looks like. Right? Let's give it a taste. Let's see on the pole. Wow. That's good. I like the sweetness. That little extra rub I put on bugged me. It should have been less. You see the bite? That's a perfect rib. You want to have a nice bite. Hey, let's do it again. Let's do the I'm gonna try the sauce. You know, I'll tell you, that's like a sweet sauce. Sometimes if you don't like that tomato paste or vinegar base, you can just come across with the sauce separated from the fat. Delicious. Give it a try. I'm telling you, the hour, you see the pull when I bite. Let me see even with the teeth. So see that? No, it's relative subjective, right? But that's in the middle. You're cooking for people. Little bite. It comes right off. There's a little pull. You should have a teeth mark. That's a perfectly cooked rib. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I appreciate you being here. Oh, look what we did. Look. This is where he stays. Hold on, everybody. We almost forgot. And Remy appreciates you being here too. Bye, guys.